Welcome, race fans. Tonight, IWCR is back here at Atlanta tonight with the Gen 6 series, and we are ready to rock and roll here. 125 laps. They will be turning tonight, so we'll be trying to keep an eye on that and make sure everybody does a good job out here tonight. They've been having some pretty good drivers entering in the race here, so we're up to 27 drivers taken to the grid tonight. This is unbelievable. Scott, I got Scott in the booth. Scott, welcome.
Hey, Rudy, how we doing tonight, buddy?
Very good.
Ready for a race here, one of your favorite tracks?
Oh, yes, sir, man. This is one of my favorite right here. Nobody runs it. This is like the first Atlanta race that I broadcasted. I can't even remember. I think it's been about 3 months ago.
I figured you'd probably be pretty excited about tonight's race. I'm actually looking forward to it, too. It is a change of pace. We haven't done a race here in quite some time.
It's a good track, and I know it's a tough track, and it's kind of like a one-groove track and everything, but it's so much fun to drive, and for a mile-and-a-half track, it falls right in the category of Charlotte and, Las Vegas and everything like that, so I think it's going to be interesting. We may have somebody joining us in the booth here, Scott. Matter of fact, I'm going to get him up here.
Seventh fastest on the board.
Jake, I'm sorry about that, Jake. You want to go back down there?
No, I was just messing with Jeff.
Oh, okay. Well, I was just telling Scott you may be joining us in the booth here for a while.
Yes, sir. I'm ready.
Okay.
Everything all right, Rudy?
Yes, sir. Why?
Just stop mid-sentence.
Oh, no, I didn't want to, bother him. I knew he was talking.
waiting for me to say no.
Well, welcome to the booth, Jake.
Thanks, sir. When are we going live up in this?
Well, we're
already right now.
Already live. Yes, sir.
Well, hello, world.
We got about 2.5 minutes from qualifying. We're going to qualifying here in race number 2 of the season for IWCR.
Yeah, it's some different tracks on the schedule. I noticed some of the tracks that there's quite a few of them are still the same, that they run every season, but there's a couple of them that are different here. Atlanta was being thrown in. This was really cool. I mean, I'm glad.
Yeah, I was just think it's going to happen. How do you think this season's going to unfold? Do you think T-Brand's going to be able to make it old 4-time, or do you think somebody's going to have something for him this season? Now that we're past Daytona, the race that really doesn't count. I mean, it does, but it doesn't.
Well,
now we start racing.
I'm going to kind of throw this in there. I know APC's been very, very strong. They showed a lot of strength the last season. I think they're going to be a factor. I'm not going to count out RPM because RPM, they've kind of dug down deep and done a lot more work and stuff, and they've come along a little ways here. And that's, of course, Thomas Brandner and that crew. But I don't want to count out. They've got a lot of great teams out here this year. And, Daniel Smallwood, he hasn't been at his A game. Late in the season, last season, he wasn't really at the top. What we've seen out of Daniel Smallwood in the past, but I'm not going to count him out. Thomas Keane and those guys, Zach Miller, Tony Bizzarro coming back in. This could be interesting. He's a pretty good driver. I think he's going to be a factor. Watch out.
Good to see Tony back.
Yeah, watch out for them Schwartz brothers, man. I'm telling you what. And Jesse's always been fast, but I'm going to tell you right now, Josh has been learning. He's been doing his homework, and he is going to be a factor this year. I can guarantee it.
Well, Rudy, it's about that time, man. About time for the national anthem. When we come back, we'll go over the points from last week from Daytona.
All right, we'll be right back.
We take you down onto the track for our opening ceremonies.
Ladies and gentlemen, please rise. Please remove your hats.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
All right, we're back here, and qualifying is underway. It looks like Tyler Stooksbury just took the pole position away from Tony Pizarro. Oh, Justin Warner takes it over now. They're changing it up.
Well, we got a minute here, Rudy. Let's talk about last week, and you were talking about the Schwartz brothers. Well, Jesse Schwartz, fresh off his win at Daytona, is your points leader. He's got 48 points. Jimmy Mullis comes in tonight second with 46. Bentley Glazer's third. Galen Gidman fourth. Stephen Pearson fifth. Nathan Sedlick sixth. John Batista seventh. Bernard Person eighth. Michael Libby ninth. And we got a tie for 10th back there between old T-Brand and Fireball Joe Roberts. And they're 15 points back in 10th place.
Very good. Yeah, Thomas didn't have a good week last week, and but super speedway racing, it's up in the air. It's up for grabs who's going to win that, and he just didn't have a good run there at the very end. But he got into a couple of scraps there, and had some damage on his car. So it was a tough week last week for him. But that's super speedway racing.
Yeah, and anytime we talk to T-Brand, he'll take a top 10 there because he makes up for it at the other places. So.
Yep.
Getting a top 10 there, that's like golden to him. So 15 points back, that's doable for Thomas Brenner. He was in a bigger hole last season. He climbed out of it.
You sound a little hoarse in your voice. You okay?
Oh, I'm fine, man. This is what I sound like after a couple of days of partying after them Cubs win the World Series.
Oh, okay.
How about them Chicago Cubs, folks?
Yeah, that was a pretty crazy last game, I'll tell you.
Yes, sir. Man, it still almost feels like a dream, but now we're a couple days into it. It's all real. It's hard to believe, but it's real.
Yeah, Tom Brander in chat. Hey, Tom, I looked up your book there, brother. I'm not much into reading or anything, but I might just have to get that book and check it out. I don't know. It sounds like it might be a pretty good book to read. So, yeah, thank you, Josh. We got Josh in chat there. Jeff has a hangover, huh?
Jeff Hollingsworth?
I don't know which Jeff he's
I
talking about.
think I'm Jeff. I'm not Jeff, and no, I don't have a hangover. My voice is just fried, yelling, drinking.
Oh, I think he thought you were Jeff, Scott. That's Scott, not Jeff.
Yeah, I talked to Jeff earlier. I'm pretty sure he is not hungover.
No, I don't think the poor lad drinks.
A lot of hungover Cubs fans tonight, and definitely be a lot of them tomorrow, too. I imagine there's going to be quite a few parties in Chicago tonight. It was a hell of a parade that they had today.
Yeah, it makes me glad that I'm down here in Atlanta tonight with you boys.
Well, Roger Wagner comes in third, so we're seeing some Nathan Sedlick, Stephen Pearson, Joe Roberts. These guys all RPM guys up here up in the top. Brandner, Schwartz. He's with the Go Fast Turn Left team. Go Fast Turn Left Motorsports.
Looks like we still got about 10 that haven't taken time yet. 19 have qualified, and still 10 guys that have not recorded a time, as we're about halfway through qualifying.
Yeah, I see a couple of guys out right now on my ticker that still have yet to put down a time. Looks like, no, actually, he just put down a time. Never mind. Take that back. That was Colton Davis just laid down his first lap.
And brought it in 17th.
Yeah, I think Atlanta is one of these tracks where momentum is really important. So I believe the fastest lap is going to be set on the second lap of qualifying on most of these setups. It's what we were testing with earlier this week anyway, with the second lap, qualifying lap that counts.
How's the track feel out there tonight?
I didn't get a chance to run much laps, but I know she's a little slick coming out of turn 4, just the way the sun is positioned and everything, but track temperature is 103 degrees. It's definitely manageable this evening. Got partly cloudy skies, too, so.
Well, them track temperatures are going to start cooling down now, guys, because of the temperature starting to drop down a little bit. I'm not that far from Atlanta. We're actually supposed to get down into the 40s tonight.
Oh, yeah, I live in northern Alabama. We're experiencing the same weather. Got my windows wide open.
Yeah.
Waiting for it. Can't wait.
Letting that cool air in, yeah. It was a beautiful day today. It was like 70. I think it did get up to like 74, I think, or 76 maybe, something like that. It was in the mid-70s.
Yeah, for once, the weather is actually pretty spot on as to what it is in real life, so.
Yep.
Be interesting to see what these drivers do with it tonight and see who can make what stick and find their way forward.
Yeah, that's not going to keep the track temperature from getting up there, but, the air temperature. But, the more the cars run on it, the hotter it'll get, too. And the slicker it'll get, more rubber gets laid down. Well, we're about 2 minutes, coming down to 2 minutes left in qualifying here. We'll get everybody.
Well, looks like they extended qualifying to 2 minutes this season, huh?
No,
or has it always been 10?
I think it's always been 10 because they always allow 2 or 3 for Scott to say his 2 cents.
I was thinking it was just 5. Do so many of these races.
Yep. Tell me about it, Scott.
It really is about 5 minutes. Sorry, Rudy.
Yeah, I lose track. Some leagues got fast repaired. Some leagues don't. It's hard to keep track of it all, man.
Yep.
Almost need a database just for each league, to keep track of all the differences.
Wouldn't be a bad idea. You should put Bob on that.
Yeah, there you go. Well, by the sounds of it, sounds like he's been pretty busy with a lot of things going on too. So I don't want to bother him. I don't want to put more on his plate.
I see he's out there tonight. Is he going to race?
I guess he is. Yeah.
Good deal.
Yeah.
I saw he hadn't got a qualifying time, so.
He said his leg was bothering him really bad, though. He was on it a little bit too much today, and he even had 3 socks on it, and it still made it pretty sore. So hopefully it's not going to affect his driving out there tonight.
I was going to say, I hope he's feeling a little better here for the race. These are late starts, especially for him.
Yeah.
Alrighty, the Pirate.
I got a very, very busy night tonight. 5 o'clock in the morning, I got the World Cup to do.
And I'll be sound asleep.
Yeah.
I'm going to get me some sleep tonight. I ain't got much the last couple nights, so.
Where is World Cup at tonight?
They're at Atlanta with the Gen 6 for 80 laps, and then they go to Imola with the Corvettes.
Oh, nice. I wanted to sign up for that, but I just didn't see me having time to actually sit down and do it.
Oh, they reset? Okay. All right, let's get down here on the grid, folks. Thomas Brandner coming out of here with the pole with a 27.809. Congratulations to him. Give me 1 second here. I guess he's
Time's
not
up,
on
Rudy.
the grid yet. Okay, Jesse Schwartz will start second place. There he is. Okay, finally. All right, Roger Wagner starting third. Nathan Sedlick will start fourth in the number 35. Stephen Pearson starting fifth. Joe Roberts in sixth place. Jimmy Mullis will start seventh. Joshua Schwartz eighth. Robbie Vrabel in ninth place. And Randall Drake coming into the top 10 there. Scott?
Justin Warner will start 11th. Jeff Hollingsworth 12th. Bentley Glazer will start back there in 13th. Tyler Stooksbury 14th. Tony Pizarro starts 15th in his return here at IWCR. Bernard Person 16th. Scott Bolster 17th. Thomas Keene 18th. Logan Powers 19th. And Colton Davis 20th.
Daniel Smallwood 21st. Zachary Miller will start 22nd. Galen Gidman 23rd. Last one to take a qualifying time. First one to not take a qualifying time, Joshua Witherspoon starting in 24th. Jordan Churchill 25th. Ross Cato 26th. Mark Robertson 27th. Robert Riley 28th. Brent Lay 29th. Michael Warren 30th. And we're rolling out.
I'm digging that paint scheme that Bob's got on the car. I see it this week. The Kodak.
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Last week I couldn't see it. All the pits were messed up last week for me. They were for you too, weren't they?
Yeah. Well, Brander's going to start on the inside, which I'm kind of surprised. I figured maybe he would start on the outside, but inside's good, I guess, just to get things started. Well, all of a sudden I smell popcorn.
Well, why don't you get us started, Rudy? This is your track.
All right, I'll do it.
Sorry about the popcorn there, Rudy. It's my fault. No, I'm playing.
All right, here we go, folks. 125 laps looking at these boys.
Hopefully a lot of green ones.
Oh, I think we're going to see some cautions here tonight. Pace car's in.
Don't say that. Shh.
And there goes Brander right on the gas. Didn't waste any time. Green is out. They'll get caught up here.
Well, a bunch of them out there tonight, that's for sure.
Boy, I'll tell you what, they're already Stephen Pearson, Joshua Schwartz to the inside of Joe Roberts. Joe's caught up on that high side. Jimmy Mullis now gets to the inside.
Yeah, he's going to get shuffled back.
And he beats Joe Roberts to the line, but hasn't completed the pass yet.
Joe's going to lose 2 or 3 spots here if he's not careful.
Robbie Vrabel in ninth.
Joe doing a good job on that high side, though, as the 97 is back there.
Yeah, they're just trying to find their way down to this single file groove they got going on the start of the race.
Justin Warner on the inside there, Jeff Hollingsworth now. Oh, Hollingsworth out of shape, or I'm sorry, Warner out of shape. Oh, man, I got the hiccups all of a sudden. Sorry. And no, I have not been drinking. Brander leads the second lap, and now he leads the third one. He's got quite the lead, too. 0.3 of a second over Jesse Schwartz. Roger Wagner, 1.1 seconds behind the leader.
Oh, we got a bump back here. Oh, we're going to have an
Oh,
accident. We got 2 of them cracking down the 4 and the O2. Oh, Bob just got caught up in it. Bob just blew up.
Oh, let's go back and take a look here.
It was the 4 and the O2 that got into each other. A little door banging going on there, and they came back up on the track.
All right, watching here. Oh, Keen got out of shape coming out of the turn. Down the front stretch.
Collected Pizarro along the way. Pizarro actually came down and got into Keen, or come down and got into the car underneath him and came back up and got into Keen, and then spun back up on the track and collected Bob.
Yes,
Yeah,
he
that
did.
was Scott Bolster that was up underneath them there.
Yeah, Bolster's going to keep going. He's okay. He seems to be all right. But these guys are going to get heavy damage already. Keen into the wall. Pizarro into the wall. And Pizarro's going to collect Robert Riley into it. Looks like a lot of the other...
Bob's done.
Oh, man, somebody just ghosted right through that. Zachary Miller ghosted right through Tony Pizarro. Holy smokes, how do you do that? And we got a brand new leader out front.
Flag switch.
Stephen Pearson, as everybody else come to pit road.
Well, that's a tough break for Robert Riley. I know he's got to be unhappy.
Yep. Yeah, because there is no quick fix here tonight.
5 laps into the race, and his race already over.
Wow.
6.
Jordan Churchill did not stop, but Jesse Schwartz beat Thomas Brandner off of pit road.
Well, Steve Pearson stayed out.
Yeah, so Jordan Churchill.
Pearson got him a bonus point.
Yeah. Hey, they add up.
Especially this early in the season. He's in the top 10 in the points, so it counts.
I think Jordan Churchill actually just drove right past his pit stall is what happened there, because he made it down pit road. He just did not stop in his pit stall, so.
He's down on the apron now. He might be headed to pit road. Looks like he is. Pearson's staying out.
Truscott B there saying good morning from Germany. Thank you for tuning in there, Truscott. Good to see you, man.
Yeah, good morning over there in Germany. Halfway across the world, Rudy. They're watching MaxSpeedTV.
That's right. I had one in here. Oh, it's been a while back, and he said he was going to be coming back to watch more, but he was from South Africa. I thought that was pretty cool.
I remember that. I was in there with you that night.
Was you?
Yes, sir. He tuned in a couple times, didn't he?
Yeah, I think he did tune in another time, but I don't know if he still tunes in or what. I don't know. I haven't seen him in quite some time. I don't remember what his name was now. He thought it was a real race. He said, man, I thought this was real. They just looked that good.
Your voice has been broadcast probably on just about every continent there is, Rudy.
I'm sure.
Think about that.
Get him going here, Scott, if you feel up to it.
I can handle that. Oh, yeah, I feel up to it.
Okay.
My voice just sounds like I've been partying for 2 days. I have been, so.
Yeah, a little too much alcohol. Robert Riley looks like he's taking his car behind the wall.
Few Mr. Six Wisers.
Oh, boy. Six Wisers in the lead right now.
Yeah, he is. See if he can hold on to it with them. They ain't too old, but older tires. Pace car is off. We're racing again in Atlanta. Pearson with a nice jump there. Brandner got a good start, too. He immediately bolts into second place here. That high side just not going. 27 did not get a good restart at all, as he's already lost 2 spots. Yeah. And now he gets down into the line here.
Yeah, Jimmy Mullis took over 3rd position.
Wow, look at this back here. 3 wide going into the corner.
And we got a brand new leader, Thomas Brandner. Pearson way up the hill.
Oh,
good save.
64.
We got
60.
one off in the grass here.
Oh, he's still on. Oh,
Joe
my
Roberts
word.
right behind him.
We got guys going everywhere here.
Yeah, there was a lot going on there. Dalton England almost ran, or I'm sorry, not Dalton England, but the 64 almost ran somebody over. That's one of the Schwartz boys.
Yep, Joshua Schwartz.
He gave him a little bit of bump. He was able to save it. And then all that stuff started happening.
Man.
Wildness there.
Well, that kind of split the field up a little bit now. Bentley Glazer 8th place. Daniel Smallwood up to 9th. This is good
Look at
news.
a slower car.
After starting 21st, he's up to 9th.
The slower car ducked down onto the apron there as all the leaders come rumbling up on him pretty quickly, and he realized it. Let's see who it was.
Tony Pizarro takes his car behind the wall.
Yeah, this does Browder and Bob Ryler. Didn't even know Browder was out there.
He is?
He was in the room.
He was spotting.
Oh,
okay.
Yeah, I was going to say, I didn't think he could run.
There's Robert Riley.
Yeah, Smallwood way up the hill. Short race for you, Robert.
Yeah, we got caught up in that mess there on that last caution, and it just it killed the old Kodiak Chevrolet, and I hate to go out that early in the race.
Got another
big
caution.
wreck on the and we just got somebody just got collected. I think it was second place that just got collected in it.
Scott Bolster looks like was the one here. Let's go back and check this out.
It looks like I can't tell who was running second, but whoever was in second hammered him.
Well, he was out here by himself. I think he was like ahead of, I don't know where he was at, but. And he's going to get loose coming out of the turns right here. Going to get into the outside wall.
That was 56 of Jimmy Mullis that unfortunately ran out of room there. And
oh, no.
Yeah, I was trying to figure out who it was.
Unfortunate break for him.
Yep. Wow, what a hit. Man,
you're right, Rudy. We're getting some cautions.
I'll tell you what, that jarred the old eye teeth loose, I'll bet.
Keen's done.
Yep. Well, we got another another brand new leader, Logan Powers. He stays out as everybody else comes to pit road. I'll tell you what, tires have got to be a premium here tonight. Yeah, I mean, Jesse Schwartz beats him out again, but Robbie Vrabel comes out with a 2-tire change. A little early for that gutsy move, ain't it?
Not necessarily, especially with the way this race has started.
No, yeah, that's true. That's true. You're right.
We still got quite a few cars out there as well, so the carnage could continue for a little while.
Well, if I know Robbie, that's not a problem handling a 2-tire change, because I know these cars don't take the 2 tires very well, but I don't think he'll have a problem handling it. But Logan Powers up here, man, this is great for him. He's gonna stay out here, I think, long enough to lead a lap. I don't think he's going to come to pit road either. He was just on pit road. Oh, he's coming back in. So that'll give the lead up to Robbie Vrabel. Vrabel will grab
another new leader.
Grab a bonus point.
Everybody collecting them bonus points tonight.
We're going to see how them 2 tires are going to handle for him. Well, we want to get somebody up here and talk to him real quick. Scott, who do you want to talk to?
Go for it, brother. I'll let you pick the first one.
Okay, let me see if I can find somebody here. How about, well, Michael's out. How about Ross Cato? Let me see if we can get Ross Cato up here. Ross Cato, you got a copy?
Yes, sir. How you doing tonight?
I'm doing all right. How you doing? How's your car feeling out there? Because we're hearing reports that the car may be a little bit slick coming out of turn 4.
Yeah, I mean, I made some gains. Granted, it's been only 14 laps, but yeah, I had a little issue on that restart lap. Some guy lost it. I think it was a 46 come across my nose. Luckily, I fixed the damage, but it's really just about moving through the guys who can't really get a handle of the car. I mean, it's going to be really slick tonight. It's really about driver skill, I guess.
Yeah, I agree. All right, well, we're going to let you get back to it because I think you guys are getting the one to go here, Ross. So good luck out there, brother. Take it kind of easy coming out of 4.
Thank you so much.
Well, Mark Robertson, he come down pit road. Late pit
road. They're out.
Yeah, I think he's wanting to kind of start in the back and.
Oh, well, after that violent crash that Jimmy Mullis had, apparently he will be holding a funeral for that 56 car at 2 p.m. tomorrow, in case anyone's interested in attending that.
All right, yeah, well, I can understand that. Yeah, it's ready to be it's ready to be hauled on the junk truck there and hauled to the scrapyard.
Yeah, that was $4 million of virtual money straight down the toilet.
Yep.
Well, he can have two for her, because I'll give him mine too. Mine's junk.
Yep. The junk man's he's gonna have a flatbed full of junk cars to take to the scrapyard, ain't he?
I hated to go out so early. I mean, I'm 12th in points, and this is going to hurt.
Oh man.
Well, the good news is it's only, the second race of the season, so you still got the rest of the season to make that up. Coming from someone that skips a lot of these races, you can still easily get a top 10, top 15 as we go green here.
Branner to the inside. He's got Bentley Glazer on his bumper. Bentley, this is the closest he's been to the front today.
Robbie Raber with a really big jump right there on the start. Really kind of backed everyone else up as second, third place started battling side by side.
Yeah, now Bentley's on the inside of Thomas Brandner. Ooh, man. I worry about that turn 4. Them guys start getting together, and boy, I'll tell you, that would take out half the field right there if them two got together and wrecked. Oh, boy, that would be terrible.
Yeah, that's two of IWCR's season drivers there, so they feel comfortable racing with each other.
Colton Davis, 6th place. Roger Wagner, 7th. He comes right up on the tail of Colton. And Nathan Sedlick, new paint job there. Actually, a tribute paint scheme for Jason Leffler. If you look at it closely there, left turn. That was his nickname, left turn.
I remember Jason Leffler.
Yep.
That was a long time ago.
Yep. Ooh, Roger Wagner out of shape. He got into the back there of, can't even keep up with him here. He got into the back of Colton Davis, and boy, that really upset that car. He's going to go back to 14th.
That's really going to help out Daniel Smallwood, who's running in the 10th position right now. He was having issues trying to get down to that bottom in 3 and 4, and that little checkup gave him a very much needed gap. He's starting to work on the 9th place car right now of Joshua Schwartz. He's going to try to make that pass on the inside of him now.
I've been watching was Galen Gidman back here. He's right behind Roger Wagner. Joe Roberts in 16th after he made that trip across the grass there on the first couple of laps.
I was just curious when Leffler had passed away. It wasn't that far back. I thought it was a little further back than that, like 2009, 2008. But it was actually 2013.
Yeah, I know it wasn't too awful long, but it's out of my remembrance. I remember the name, and I remember, wasn't he like a dirt track racer, or?
He did a little bit of everything. I want to say he got killed in the truck.
Yeah, that sounds about right. Mr. and Mrs. Smallwood in chat. Hey, Mr. and Mrs. Smallwood.
I should have left the Wikipedia page up.
Colton Davis and Justin Warner are having a good battle right here for the 6th position, as it looks like Colton's going to get held back a little bit, and now that's going to give Nathan Sidlight the advantage on the inside, battling for the 7th position now, coming out turn 3.
Ooh, almost gets into the back of Colton Davis. Boy, everybody's wanting to get into the back of Colton Davis tonight. Joshua Schwartz gets around. Nathan Sedlick going out across the grass. I'm trying to catch up with him.
That's a big pile up.
Yep.
He come right back up into traffic and collected about 4 or 5 cars back there. I'm not sure who all was involved, but that looked pretty nasty.
Yeah, let's go back here and check it out. I think got Stephen Pearson, Joshua Witherspoon. Okay, he's coming into turn 3. He's on the inside of Colton Davis, and it looks like Colton kind of weaved down and right into the right front corner of him, and it did kind of upset that car. And while he was trying to recuperate, here comes Joshua Schwartz, Daniel Smallwood, but he's out of shape now, coming across the stripe. And I think Smallwood might have added a little bit more damage to the back of that. But we're watching here now as he spins up onto turn 1, onto the apron, and right back up in front of traffic. He just couldn't get it locked down. But we had a lot of people missed him, but Stephen Pearson hit him. Mark Robertson got into the back of Pearson. Pearson's going to have heavy damage. Wow. Pretty wild. Yeah, I think
Zachary Miller caught a piece of it. Galen did a really fantastic job of avoiding it. Randall Drake got just a little bit there. No, actually, Randall Drake avoided it too.
Yep, everybody's coming to pit road again.
And just to follow up on that Jason Leffler story, Rudy, he died in a sprint car race at Bridgeport Speedway in Bridgeport, New Jersey.
There you go. Okay.
He was a little bit of everything, man. He drove open wheel and stock car. He raced in the Indy 500. He was in a Sprint Cup car. So at that time, whatever they were driving at that time, but he's done a little bit of everything. But yeah, he was killed in a sprint car race.
Yeah. But anyhow, that's a tribute paint scheme to Jason Leffler that Nathan Sedlick was running. He was running.
Well, at least we got a chance to talk about Jason a little bit tonight and remember him. And, I do remember him vaguely. But it's a shame that some of these guys get killed doing what they love to do.
Yep. Well, it looks like 2 more guys out of the race. Stephen Pearson, Nathan Sedlick taking their card behind the wall.
So one thing every driver will tell you is they all know that when they climb behind the wheel of these things that they could get killed. So it's just something that they accept, and they love to go fast, so it's just all part of it.
How many cars are out of the race now?
Bunch.
A lot.
Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 drivers out of the race on lap 26. Well, let's see if we can get somebody up here to talk to. How about we talk to Colton Davis? I think he's out of the race, but maybe he can give us a inside. No, he is back out there on the track. So, Colton Davis, you got a copy?
Yeah.
Well, how bad is the damage there, brother?
About 2 minutes. Quite a bit.
Well, I'll tell you what, it seemed like everybody was like either trying to get into you or did get into you, tapping you. So I think you might be the ping pong ball out there tonight. You're just going to get bounced off of it. But how's the car feeling other than that?
It was feeling good, actually. Feeling real stable. But we just got out of a Texas race in preparation for pro, so this track's a little awkward for me right now.
Really? Coming from Texas?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm going to blame that fireball paint scheme you got running on your car tonight for your bad luck.
Aw.
Is there a target somewhere painted on that? I don't see a target.
It's the color yellow, I believe.
Yeah.
We'll find out in pro anyway.
That should be easy to see, and it should, throw up a caution, the color of caution. Hey, stay away from this guy, No, I'm kidding. Well, good luck out there, Colton, and we'll let you get back to work here, brother.
All right, thank you.
Yes, sir. Well, Brandner back out front. He hasn't led the most laps yet. Robbie Vrabel has captured that with 12 laps. Brandner's got 10. I'll tell you what, there's a pretty tough bunch up here in the front right now, guys.
Yeah, one thing these cautions are allowing is for the cream to start rising to the top of the crop, that's for sure.
That's about that time.
Give a shout out to Tyler Stewsbury right now running in 10th place. He's pretty new to the league, and good running of him tonight. So far, anyway.
All right, get them going, Scott.
All right, man. Pace car's off. T. Bryant's on the loud pedal. Pretty good start there. Brable got a pretty good start, too.
Jesse
First
Schwartz.
time that high.
Go ahead.
Sorry, I was just going to say it's the first time that high line had a halfway decent start. But he's going to have to tuck down into third as Schwartz got by on that bottom side.
Yep, here comes Jesse to the inside of Thomas Brander for the lead. He has not led yet today.
Oh, he got down close to that white line. I think he might have touched it a little bit.
He drove it in there pretty hard, but Brander gets a good run off of turn 4. Will hold on to the lead for the time being. Here comes Robbie Vrabel, Bentley Glazer into the picture. Jeff Hollingsworth coming from 13th up to 5th. 6th, excuse me.
Definitely a lot fewer cars out there now.
Yeah, missing 7 of them.
Colton Davis just officially took it behind the wall.
Oh, I guess Robert left. Huh. Wow.
Yeah, he bailed.
Okay. Yep, Colton Davis out of the race. Well, that's kind of a bummer. Hey, he wasn't hurt that bad.
Atlanta's chewing him up tonight, Rudy.
Well, it's a tough track. I mean, it's a fun track if you can, get the right setup. But it's like with what Jake said there earlier about the sun beating there right in turn 4, and it's making it very difficult. There's a lot of them billboards create a lot of shade in 1 and 2, and that's why there's a lot of grip in 1 and 2. But 3 and 4, it's right into bright sun.
Yeah, another thing tonight too is being a track Atlanta being so fast of a track in these cars that draft actually makes a pretty significant importance to these drivers, as you can really suck up to these other cars in the straightaway, and that's causing these guys to try to get as big a run as they can coming off, and sometimes that might lead to a little bit of contact and cautions.
Daniel Smallwood, Roger Wagner going at it here. Roger coming up on the inside of Daniel. That would be for 8th place. Daniel's kind of trapped up on that high side now. He's going to have to get a good run out of 2 in order to hold that. Okay, wow. Did he close on Roger or what? Galen Gidman coming into the picture now. He is in 10th, passing up Ross Cato. Tyler Stutesbury ran here before, Jake. A couple of seasons ago, he ran kind of a limited season. And, it was really limited. I mean, he just ran a few races.
Yeah, I believe this is his first year where he has committed to running full time and going to run for the points. So
that's good. That's good.
I've definitely seen him practice and stuff, and he definitely knows how to drive the race car. So looks like we got a good battle going on for the 8th position right now between Roger Wagner and Galen Goodman. Or I'm sorry, that's between Daniel Smallwood and Galen Goodman.
Yep, Smallwood is going to lose that battle, falling behind Gale and Gidman, and still hanging on to 10th place. It just seems like he can't get past that 10th place and get up any higher than around the 10th position. And
that just means his car is close on the setup. He's going to go in and make a couple adjustments on the next pit stop.
Oh, he just got into the wall.
Smallwood's going to make a lot of adjustments.
Somebody just blew up.
I'm not sure, but I don't think the adjustments are going to help that too awful much, and that's going to bring out the caution.
Yeah.
Let's go back and take a look and watch what Daniel did here.
It's like he just got a little loose coming out of 2 all on his own.
Yeah, nobody was around him here.
It was Joe Roberts that hit it and it blew up.
But he took it.
And he took somebody else out too.
He was way up high, and I don't know if once you get up close to that wall like that, it just seems like the wall just kind of sucks you right in, Yeah, Joe Roberts got into him, and
Stooksbury was the other one.
Stooksbury, yeah. Oh, man.
Well, he was up there on those newer tires, so he saw that big run that we saw that he got, and
Yeah.
he's like, hey, I did it once, I can do it again, and the second time just bit him straight in the butt and
Yes,
jagged that outside wall, and so much for them adjustments.
Here they
Some
come.
other guys, too.
Here they come to pit road. Every chance they get, they're coming to pit road. This is caution number 4.
Yeah, they're starting to add up pretty quickly. This is not like IWCR to have these kind of cautions this early in the race.
Well, I've been noticing a lot lately, some of the tracks that, I might be saying this a little bit out of turn here, but, me, I got to say what I feel.
I feel you, Rudy.
It kind of reminds me, everybody, I know these Gen 6 cars are, like the premier car, okay? But, I think they keep messing with the setups and stuff for these cars, and they keep messing with the cars that it just makes it so much more difficult and more technical to excuse me, to get the car set up right, to get that grip. It would be nice to see somebody run like a super late model or even late model, and where there's like maybe not quite as much technical stuff on the car, but they run well, they're exciting, they're fun, rather than coming out here in the Gen 6 where the car, it doesn't matter what track you drive it on, it's just so loose, it's unbelievable,
Yeah, it definitely takes a slow driver to hold on to these things.
Hey, that's why they're the A-class car.
That's right, especially at a track like this where you're carrying so much speed around here, and you got to be so careful on that throttle. Rudy, around here, man, you're pretty much feathering that throttle coming out of the corner, because if you give it too much, you'll have exactly happen to you what just happened to Smallwood.
Yep.
And I'm sure we're going to continue to see that tonight, because I've noticed the two leaders, Branner and Schwartz up there, they're loose coming out of the corner a lot. So if they're loose, that means a lot of the other guys are loose as well.
I'm sure driving these things is like, driving on a skating rink, but that's what they've worked hard for, to set their cars up for, but there's a few things in the factor that you can't really judge. You just got to kind of feel it out. But how much the track is changing, as more rubber gets laid down on the track and the race goes on, and now we're getting fewer and fewer cars. The track's getting hotter. There's a lot of factors that are changing out there right now.
Yeah, they all know this coming in, though, and that's all part of it. They all take this into consideration as the week goes on. So that's the beautiful thing about the open setup league. They can make changes to the car to adapt to the track changing.
It'd be nice if you could do it while you were driving around the track, though. Wouldn't that be cool?
Well, at least they can make changes, whereas in a fixed series, you can't make the changes, and you got what you got. And the track does change, and sometimes it makes the car worse, and everybody's just got to deal with it. But here, you can actually make some adjustments.
Well, Joe Roberts out of the race now.
Yeah, it would be cool, though, if it was just instant effect, but that would be unrealistic. So
yeah. And we've got 18 cars left in the race right now. A couple of them sitting on pit road. Tyler Stooksbury, Daniel Smallwood, and Randall Drake sitting on pit road.
That's a lot less than what we started with, just being on lap 40.
Yeah, we started
125.
We started with 30, and we're down to 18.
I've got Jesse Schwartz out there leading now on that Pepto, Gas X, and whatever else kind of gas-related car he has there. Colin Flow.
All right, pace car's in. There goes Jesse. Thomas Brandon right with him. Robbie Vrabel now trying to get a run on the inside of Thomas Brandner. As they go into turn one, he will take that position over. Bentley Glazer now inside Brandner. And here comes Jeff Hollingsworth as well. So all these guys clear Brander. Brander goes back to fifth.
Brent. He got shuffled way back, didn't he?
Yes, he did.
Not used to seeing that, but look at this. He's already back on the attack. Well, he's trying anyway.
Justin Warner and Roger Wagner side by side. Ooh, boy, that's close racing. Well, if Justin just bobbled a little bit, he'd get right into the side. Oh, and there it goes.
Oh, here we go. Yep,
Roger got loose.
Oh, man, this is good. Here. We ain't going to have too many of them left after this one.
Roger got loose right there coming out of the turn. And, boy, that just really upset that car. We're going to ride along here with Roger. And, okay, he was good here. They were side by side coming out of 4, down the front stretch. They were real close here going into turn 1. And I don't know if Roger's car, let's see here, no contact yet. And it looks like Roger's car just broke loose on him right there, and he tried chasing it, bounced off of Warner. He caught Joshua Schwartz and Galen Gidman involved in it. Ouch. And a lot of cars involved in that one.
Yeah, Michael Warren was trying to avoid it, but unfortunately he had nowhere to go as he locked up the brakes and smashed right into the 64. So he was caught up in it.
And they're all coming to pit road again. Yeah, this is pretty wild. We never see this many cautions here, do we, Scott?
No, this is not like WCR. This is just it's their night to have one of these races, I guess.
Yeah.
Hey, every league goes through it.
Yep.
Oh, don't I know? We went through it for a good couple months over at Top Fuel, so. And IWCR doesn't usually have these, but tonight, what is this, our 5th caution already, Rudy?
Yeah.
And 42 laps.
Jordan Churchill.
It's because I wasn't in there to keep these boys in line tonight. That's what happened.
Well, that's probably it.
Either that or you would have been in the 6th caution, right, Jake?
Nah, see, I would have caused a caution on about lap 5 and taken out the majority of the field, so there would only be about 2 cautions because everybody would have been caught up in my mess, I'm sure.
Oh, now you're not that bad of a driver, Jake.
Oh, this is hot Atlanta, though. You've seen it. I mean, one minor mistake can cause a 4-car pileup, so.
Well, what do you tell the guys to make them, kind of slow it down just a little bit? What do you tell them? Because everybody out here wants to be up there,
Make some changes to your car, make it a little not so loose.
Jordan Churchill will come to pit road. That's going to give the lead up to Galen Gidman, so he'll lead for the first time today.
Smallwood bringing some heat around there. Almost locked him up there and had an incident.
Kind of want to bring old Mr. Brent Lee up into the booth. He's been quiet all evening, and he's all the way up in the 14th spot right now. He's having a good run going for him. So
I'll bring him up, and you can talk to him, Jake.
Sure. Bring him on down.
There you go.
Mr. Brent Lee, you got a copy, sir?
Yes, sir.
This is Jake up in the MaxSpeedTV booth. Noticed you're having a pretty solid run tonight. You're back there in the 14th place. Been avoiding all the cautions. How your car feeling?
Feels pretty good. Just out here riding.
Got any sponsors you'd like to give a shout out to?
APC.
Well, all right, man. Well, we appreciate it. Is there any other comments you got for us tonight, or you just trying to hang on and survive?
That's all I'm trying to do.
All right, man. Well, keep up the good work, and we'll talk to you a little bit later.
I appreciate it, man.
All right, good luck.
Sorry. I drug him out before he said that.
No worries.
Well, I'll tell you what, the field has really gotten short now, Scott. Golly, man. We're down to, about 16 drivers on the track.
15 on the lead lap.
Oh, man, this is wild. Nobody else rejoining. Looks like everybody else is... Yeah.
Yep, so we're down to magic 15.
Pit road looking like a junkyard down there. Put a few of them on pit road.
I see we got another new leader.
Yeah, Galen Gidman, yeah.
We already announced that, fool. Where you been at?
Getting some M&Ms and some water.
M&M's? Oh.
Yes, sir.
They got the
that's
with peanuts in them?
No, just the regular M&Ms.
It's perfect for sharing, cough, cough.
If I could, I would. I just needed something. I had to get some water, too. My throat's pretty burnt out from the last few days.
All right, folks, here we go. We're going to be restarting on lap 47. This race is going to be running into overtime. Hayes car's in. And there goes Galen. Robbie Vrabel second. Jesse Schwartz coming up on the inside. Bentley Glazer, Thomas Brander side by side. And you notice Galen's not really getting away too awful much there.
Oh, here goes Schwartz.
There was almost contact between Robbie Vrabel and Jesse Schwartz.
Yeah, we still got enough cars out there where we're still going to have 2 or 3 more cautions, I imagine.
Oh, yeah.
Unless they get spaced out. Now, there's a few of them out there now as far as what we started with. We might be able to get spaced out now, but
it looks like they're
Look at
almost trying to go 3 wide here for the lead.
No kidding.
All 4 of these drivers are battling like it's the last lap here. Some excellent driving going on by Robbie and Jesse Schwartz at the moment. As Robbie is going to duck to the inside. That was a very classic move. Get that run, and now Robbie's going to be taking over the lead coming out of turn 4, and Galen's going to be in trouble as if he don't get back down the line, he can go all the way down to about 6th place the way these cars are lined up.
T-Brand was trying to poke his nose in there, but he thought better of it.
He's still on the inside of Galen Gidman, though. He's not going to give up what the ground that he's gained right there.
Back there in 5th and 6th, you got Bentley Glazer and Jeff Hollingsworth. They're just watching all this happen like y'all have fun. Well, I'll say that as Bentley is now going to go side by side with Galen, who started this race after the caution in the lead, and now he's trailing all the way back to 5th place. And I almost wonder if he messed something up on his pit stop there as he's going straight backwards.
Well, it was a 2-tire change.
Oh, well, there you go.
Yes, sir. But he did
That didn't work out.
He had track position. You got out there to lead a lap. Collected some bonus points. Robbie Vrabel now taken back over the lead. He's trying to get the most laps led here tonight. Brander's got 21 and Robbie's got 15 at the moment.
I love that pink and blue car. Robbie's been running for the Breast Cancer Awareness Month. That car is really popping with the sun out here in Atlanta tonight.
Yeah, looks good. Back in the field here, Jordan Churchill in 10th. Josh Witherspoon. He's starting to get to that point where he's starting to inch his way a little closer to the front there, Scott.
Ever so slightly.
Yep, driving the Budweiser car, and I seen him driving a Budweiser car earlier this week in another race, and he got caught up in a wreck, and all it made was a hollow beer can out of it. That's all it made. It was all crinkled up.
Well, so far so good for him tonight. He started back there in 24th position. He's in 11th. How about Jordan Churchill right in front of him, starting 25th and then 10th? And how about Ross Cato starting 26th, running 8th? He's got to be your biggest mover of the race.
Yeah, I would say probably.
Actually, he's tied with Gidman. Gidman started 23rd, and he's up 18 spots as well to 5th. So both those guys up 18 spots, Cato and Gidman.
Logan Powers is back in 12th. Led one lap earlier, stayed out to lead a lap. He comes up on Josh Witherspoon. Brent Lay in 13th. Mark Robertson back out there on the track in 14th, still on the lead lap.
I'm sure Robertson just appreciates still being in the race. Woo! Almost had a moment back here with Josh Witherspoon, but all's good back here. These guys racing hard in the back as well.
Oh yeah,
Josh got some bumper from behind there. The 81.
Sometimes we
51,
see
sorry.
some of the best racing going on right in the back of the field. These guys they're racing for position, and they're racing just as hard as the leaders are.
Speaking of leaders, look like the top three are getting a little bit separated from the field as Jesse Swartz running third place right now. He's got about a half-second gap over fourth place Bentley Glazer. And looks like the field's finally starting to get spread out. Might actually get that green flag run we've been kind of anticipating all race, but just now actually might happen.
Gidman way up the hill. Well, if it's working for him, oh, no, see, almost got loose coming out of turn 2.
Yep.
A good save. That let Jeff Hollingsworth close that gap.
Feeling them tires.
Oh, yeah. Nard Person in 7th. He's kind of been one of the lucky guys that has made it through a lot of the cautions here tonight. He's
I think there's been a few of them.
Yeah, he's skinnied through them, so.
Tyler Stooksbury was talking about him earlier. He got, unfortunately, caught up in that last incident, and he has decided to take it behind the wall for the evening, so unfortunate break for him.
Yeah, you put the max speed jinx on him.
Yeah, I guess I did. Shout out to my bad.
Your first one.
I'm sure there'll be many more, as it tends to be like the one guy that you're like, oh, I hope never happens. But that's why they call it racing, because you never know who's going to be fast and slow and who's going to wind up the leader. Go ahead.
Vrabel bounced it off the wall right there coming out of turn 4. And Brander's going to get passed up by Jesse Schwartz. And he'll have to fall into third. Jesse's, boy, I'll tell you what, that's Brander come right back on that coming out of turn 4 or 2. Because Jesse got a little loose coming out of turn 2.
Yeah, that move almost cost them a little bit more than one track position, that's for sure.
You know, for the life of me, Rudy, I can't remember who it was last night, but over at Maximum Velocity last night, there was someone that was asking me to tell you not to interview them anymore because you had jinxed them quite a few times. And I seriously cannot remember. I've been sitting here scrolling trying to remember who it was, but I can't.
We'd have to interview him then. That's a guarantee interview.
It was in the pre-race.
I hate that I missed that.
I'll think about it. I'll try to figure it out for the end of the race.
Well, Brander's got Schwartz all over him. Now Jesse looks to the inside. These two battling really hard. Glazer wants to get up there, but he just can't get the run like he needs to get up there and battle it up with these guys, though. It looks like Brander's going to go up the hill and let Glazer go.
I remember who it was, Rudy. Andrew Fayash III.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
I had to think for a second who it was. I had narrowed it down to him and one other person. I said, no, it had to be Fayash. It was Fayash.
Yep.
That was a good pass by Bentley, as he's now going to be running third, and he's looking on the inside of Jesse. He's going to shut the door on him right there for the second position, as Robbie's got about a second lead over these guys right now.
Yeah, the more these guys race back there, the further he's going to stretch that lead out, because he's got, nobody up there robbing air off of him or, battling with them. He's got the whole track to just race, come out of the turns where he wants to and go into the turns where he wants to. Definitely.
Oh, yeah, every time you see them go side by side, he just looks up and smiles in his mirror, because that's just nothing but good news for him.
Yep. Galen Gidman in fifth place, just ahead of Jeff Hollingsworth.
Yeah, how about this? How about the field closing up here?
Yeah, they're closing up together here.
Yeah, Gibbon and Hollins were starting to catch these guys a little bit here. Wonder if the sets up here are falling off and these guys are getting better.
Well, I know Jeff Hollingsworth. He's one of these very conservative drivers, and he's, I would almost say, like a long run expert. Anytime there's a long run, you can always look for him just to make his way up to the front of the field just because of how well he takes care of his tires. And tire management's really important here at Atlanta, because this track can get so slick and it just eats those tires alive. That's why every time you see them pit stop, they'll be coming down for 4 every time a caution comes out for sure.
Except for the guys that tried to, which Gidman did, and he's hanging tough right now.
It's working out for him now.
I mean, it was all for
it
track
wasn't
position.
there for a minute. Yeah, it wasn't working out there for a little bit though. But now look at it; it's all starting to really work out now.
Yeah, I think
he's right there with these guys.
Yeah, I think they're kind of equalizing right now with those guys out there. They were racing pretty hard out front of him, and I think they've kind of equalized to him right now with them 2 fresh tires.
I think so too. Now second and third doing battle up here.
Yep, Glazer to the inside. We are a little past halfway now.
It's like Jesse's maintaining the run on the outside, doesn't want to give that position up because he knows how important it is. Robbie out there in the lead's just smiling even more now as these guys are still going side by side with Bentley with the advantage at the start and finish line.
Zach Miller took it behind the wall, as did Michael Warren. So both of them officially out of the race.
Bentley still can't seal the deal coming out of turn 2 as he finally gets the run and makes it around.
Yeah, Jesse kind of got a little wiggly there coming out of turn 2. Boy, and a little wiggly out of 4 too. Man, oh man.
So it looks like we're down to what, about 15 left on track, Rudy?
Yeah, 15. Yep, Daniel Smallwood is in 15th. He is running 7 laps down.
Yep, and Roger Wagner, the only car out there, 1 lap down. He would get the lucky dog if we did have a caution. We got 13 of them left on the lead lap.
And he's kind of out here running by himself too, so I mean that's good because then that way you don't have anybody to race with, and he can just keep the hammer down.
Hollingsworth with those 4 tires just made his way around Dalen Gidman, who took 2 earlier on. So you're gonna really start to see those tires fade away about this point in the run. Now, whenever he took the 2 tires, I'm pretty sure the left side still had about 99% on them, so it wasn't like he had a lot of miles on the left side tires, but, I mean, every lap makes a difference here, so.
Yeah, Brander and Glazer in battle now as Brander has gotten by Jesse Schwartz as well. Schwartz starting to fall back. Brander putting the pressure to Bentley Glazer right now. I was wondering when we were going to start to see some flexing of the muscle out of the 24. I think he was just kind of riding there for a little bit, but now he's starting to move. As he's putting a move on Glazer, gets down on that white line, helps the car turn, and takes over 2nd place. Got somebody coming to pit road. I think it's Galen Gidman.
It is Galen Gidman.
Yep. Green flag pit stops are happening.
He's the first one to officially make it down pit road, as it looks like Brent Lee's off pace on the backstretch there on the bottom side. He's going to let these leaders go past him as he emerges back onto the field.
4 tire change for Galen Gidman. He's away. And Robbie's still got a 1.1 second lead. Brander closed that gap by a couple of tenths, but now he's just kind of hanging there. He can't shake Bentley Glazer.
And Glazer's got company now. Schwartz continues to drop. Hollingsworth on the move.
And boy, look at them all coming to pit road.
Yes, sir.
All of them coming in.
Oh, we got penalties. We got to have some penalties there.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Front 2 definitely getting speeding penalties. This is going to change the entire race. Glazer's going to come out the leader. If they don't get speeding penalties, then Why even have pit road speed?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure Bradner's going to get tagged in that for. He way overcooked her going in there. I think Robbie's okay.
Well, that's the thing about this track. This is a like Charlotte in that aspect. Yep, Brander got it.
Yep, he did. He was the only one.
It's kind of like Charlotte.
I can't find Vrabel. Did he get his?
Nah, Vrabel's already back out on track. He did not.
Wow, I can't believe he didn't get one. He come in hot too.
But it's so hard when you're coming off of that track and you come onto pit road. It's just like it comes up on you right now and it's right there, like Charlotte does, and this one here, Atlanta. Pit road entrance is on you right now.
Man, I can't believe that Vrabel got away with that. It looked for sure like he was speeding. He come in hot.
I just can't believe we had 5 guys basically unannounced their pits and no one die there.
Yeah.
Almost. I mean, Bradner, who's now going to be 1 lap down, he certainly going to impact his night if the caution doesn't come back out. But
yes, sir. Definitely not the way that the 3-time champion wants to. Oh, just hit the cone.
That's going to be a penalty for him as well. He's going to have an unsafe pit entrance. Smallwood. A little too hot an entry and hit that cone.
I don't think they give you a penalty for that anymore.
They will.
I don't think so either.
Oh, I thought they took that out like a couple of builds ago.
Yeah, I think they did. I think they took it out.
He's sitting there, but
I'm pretty sure it's going to give him the penalty. If you get your right side tires off in the grass, it'll still give it to you. It won't give it to you if you just knock off the cone, but he definitely went in the grass, so he will receive that penalty. I believe it's 15 seconds.
Yeah, he's still sitting there, man. Well,
yeah, it's going to cost him dearly.
Yeah, well, I mean, he was already, he's not going to gain or lose any more positions out there, so he's probably taking advantage of it and letting them fix up some more damage on the car. Well, when Witherspoon pits, that's going to put Gidman in the lead, and Gidman is closing up on him really quick. Witherspoon is out there on them old tires.
Josh hoping for a caution.
Yeah.
I think he's going to run his tank out.
Vrabel's dropping back quite a ways. He's quite a bit behind Gidman right now.
Gidman.
He pitted a little early. He pitted a couple laps before Vrabel and these guys did.
Yeah, and Vrabel's going to be closing the gap, I think, by the time Joshua pits. Vrabel's going to have retaken the lead as he is hauling the mill trying to catch Galen. Galen ran a 28.75 last lap, and Robbie ran a 28.58, so almost 0.2 a lap faster. I mean, every single lap at this point, so he'll catch him in probably about 5 or 6 laps and retake over second place for the time being.
We're back to 14 drivers left on the track. Is Smallwood still sitting on pit road?
Justin Warner had decided to call it an evening and take his stuff behind the wall for the night, so.
Witherspoon with a 10-second lead over Galen Gidman. Waiting for him to come to pit road here.
Good side-by-side battle going on for the 5th place right now between Bentley Glazer and Jesse Swartz. Got Jeff Hollingsworth in the mix right there in front of him. Jesse will complete that pass on Bentley. And that's going to move him up into the 5th place position.
Well, I'll tell you what, the first third of this race was a demolition derby. Now the second third of this race has been a long green flag stint. What's the third of this race going to have in store for us?
Right. Yeah. It is.
I'll tell you 2 races right now.
Well, if something does happen with about 30 laps to go, I definitely believe that cautions are definitely going to breed cautions as Jesse's going to get underneath Jeff Hollingsworth, and he's going to take over the third position, and Bentley's going to follow suit with him as Jeff is going to find his way all the way back to the fifth position now.
Well, we got the race for the lead right now when Witherspoon pits. Vrabel is all over Gidman, and he's actually trying to make the pass right now. 95 trying to pass 94 for the lead here in Hotlanta.
And he's got it. Vrabel's got it.
Yep.
Yeah, he's a man on a mission. He's trying to lead the most laps tonight, and by the looks of it, he's going to do it. Got a lot of laps to go yet, though. 40 to go.
Yep, third of the race.
So most of the field is completely spread out at this moment.
Yep, Schwartz and Glazer, those two in a pretty good battle. Hollingsworth behind them. Jordan Churchill, 6th place. Brander, 7th. Back on the lead lap. After, who was that, Jordan Churchill pitted, or what? Oh.
Yeah, Jordan got caught up in the very first incident of the race. He was running P2. Good to see him recover all the way up to the 6th position as his car is still holding a lot of speed, so good recovery by him.
He's having a great run out there. He's going to have some company here in a couple laps, though.
Yeah, that'll be Thomas Bradner, a very angry Thomas Bradner, going to be coming up behind him. He's probably driving the wheel straight off of that thing in frustration after that pit stop penalty.
Oh, I'm sure it won't have tires left on it by the time they make their next pit stop.
Well, in kind of defense of that, he just got loose right there.
Yeah, he's driving it hard. You can tell.
I'm sure his dad could tell him he's got nobody to blame but himself. You come in there hot like that. I know he was probably paying attention to the cars ahead of him. I think Robbie was just ahead of him. And, you tend to kind of follow that person in, and if he makes a mistake, you make a mistake. But Robbie caught himself. Thomas didn't.
Yeah, those two made contact. I'm pretty sure they did.
Yeah.
And I was shocked that Vrabel didn't get a speeding penalty because he was hard on the brakes, too, and he braked late. I can't believe he must have got it woed down enough to where it all averaged out right. You know how if you get it woed down far enough, it'll average out right. You'll be all right. And that must have been what happened because he definitely come over that line speeding.
Vrabel with a 1.5 lead over Galen Gidman. And he's about 1.7 seconds ahead of Bentley Glazer. Bentley Glazer just drove around Jesse Schwartz. I mean, that was a really good pass right there.
Galen's still on those older tires compared to the rest of the field because he pitted earlier. He's still about 3/10 off of what Bentley and Jesse are running right now. So all of them guys will be tracking him down within the next couple of laps and should make for some interesting battles if Jesse can stay close enough to Bentley. Maybe he can, use that to his advantage and use that to pick off Bentley and get around him here in the closing stages of the race.
Well, here in about 3 more laps, we're going to be at 30 to go, so the laps are clicking down now. You can look at, we had about 5 cautions in the first half of the race, and for the second half, we've seen green flag pit stops and all, so it's been a great second half of the race, but we've lost a lot of drivers out here. Half of the field gone.
Yep, they've definitely cleaned it up here in this second half of the race. Actually, it wasn't even like the second half. It was just the first third. 42 laps. We had 5 cautions.
Yeah.
We've been green since we went back green on that caution. Ooh, that was close. Churchill had a moment.
Starting a good battle back here for 9th as well, fellas. That's between Bernard Person and Ross Cato. So Bernard's going to be taking that position from the bottom side of Cato. Coming out turn 4. That'll give him the 8th position locked in with 31 laps to go here. 32 laps, sorry.
Mark Robertson's still hanging on to the lead lap, barely. He's got the leader right behind him. He's about to go a lap down. Robbie needs to clear him and put him in his rearview mirror as quickly as he can when he gets to him.
Yeah, Robbie's got about a 2.3 second lead right now over Galen. Bentley's closed the gap between them. They're down to less than 1 second, so Bentley's car has been really coming alive here. He's really pulled away from Jeff Hollingsworth and Jesse Schwartz back there, who they're battling side by side for position right now. That is going to be for the 4th position. Oh no, that was a lap car in the mix. I'm sorry.
There goes
Jeff
Robbie.
Hollingsworth. Go ahead.
Robbie getting by Mark Robertson. And Bentley Glazer pulling into pit road.
And Jesse Schwartz going to be right behind him. Look for everybody else to come in the next couple of laps and do the same thing and make this last little stint here. This will be the last green flag pit stop scheduled pit for the evening for these drivers, so it's important for them to get the right adjustments they need to try to catch Robbie, who is just pretty much dominating the field right now unless there's a caution. Surprised Galen, who was out on those older tires, hasn't come down to pit. I look for him to come down the next lap or two.
Yeah, he's got a mirror full of that's the number 79 there, Josh Witherspoon. Here comes Galen coming into pit
Robbie
road.
Vrabel, your race leader's on pit road. Who's that? Somebody else followed suit there too. I think that was Bernard Person. No,
Jeff Hollingsworth.
Jeff Hollingsworth followed suit there.
Guys all come into pit road here, making their final pit stop. 27 to go. That put Jordan Churchill back in the lead. Bernard Person second, Logan Powers third.
I'm going to let you guys handle the interviews at the end of the race.
Brantley, Galen, Goodman both down.
My throat's only gotten worse as this race is going on.
And here comes Jordan Churchill in, giving the lead up to Bernard Person. Okay, Scott.
Appreciate it.
Yeah, that's what I said, man. Your voice sounded really kind of deeper than I've ever heard it.
Yeah, it's about done.
I've talked
too much
about
as much
alcohol.
as I could tonight. Just staying up late, not sleeping, and yelling and during the game, and yeah, too much alcohol.
Do it every time. Logan Powers coming to pit road. He gets it woed down.
Surprised Pearson stayed out as long as he is. He's just hoping for a caution at this point. Be interesting to see if one of these drivers decide to stay out, because I think he can make it on fuel, but be interesting to get a different strategy going up in the mix right now, instead of everyone being basically on the same strategy.
Right.
He's still going to stay out this lap, so who knows? Maybe that is his intention.
Well, it's going to put Bentley Glazer ahead of Robbie Vrabel. Now, Bentley hit it, I think, a lap or two before Robbie did.
Yeah, he did. He was one of the first ones on pit road.
It worked out pretty good for him. Jesse Schwartz, Beth, I think it's going to come down to those three battling for the win here. I'm not sure if Galen's got enough, he's got enough time and enough laps if he can pick up the pace a little bit and get up there and make it a four-car battle. But he's got some ground to close up on Jesse Schwartz. About 2 seconds.
Yeah, I think if it stays green like it is now, I think he's just a little too late.
Yep.
Tire strategy is really starting to affect him now later in the race, but you know, that's sometimes a gamble that we make, so.
Well, Randall Drake back out on the track. Picked up a bunch of positions just by getting back out there. And he can actually pick up one more from Zachary Miller in the next 14 laps, which he does have enough laps to do it. He can pick up 14th, the 14th place finish for him. And Daniel Smallwood will hold on to 15th. He won't lose that spot to Randall.
As we saw Bentley and Robbie both getting around Joshua Witherspoon on those older tires, Jesse will be on him about this corner. Jesse, yeah, he's already there, and he's going to go on the inside of him and quickly make that pass, as he's about a second and a half a lap faster right now than Josh on those older tires. I guess Josh is just doing whatever he can to stay on the lead lap at this point. Bernard Pearson is still your leader. He's got right about a 5.5 second lead still over Bentley Glazer. And Robbie's done close up that gap on them, and that's going to be a good battle for right now what is second place. About the closest battle on the track. Robbie's going to look inside there. And
yes, sir.
Pretty wild how we still haven't had a caution since lap 42.
Yeah, that is
We had so many of them early on and took so many cars out, and now it's just been completely different.
Yeah, and that's another thing about these Gen 6s that you know, where they just, because they carry so much speed, and
Jordan Churchill coming to pit road.
When something like that does happen, it's just so hard to get slowed down in time so you don't get involved in the wreck.
Jordan Churchill just took the wrong side of the cone going in on pit road. That's probably gonna. He's probably just gonna straight load it up after that incident. He completely missed pit road, as yes, he did just go straight behind the wall and retire out of the race. Didn't it for him? I don't know what happened there, but
man, tough break.
He took the scenic route to pit road, and
he was having a good run tonight.
Yeah,
that's tough to see.
To see your second and third place drivers battling through some lap traffic right now as they're going side by side at it again with 17 laps to go. As Bentley, he's going to have the advantage over Robbie Vrabel. He's going to reclaim that second position from him. No, that's the lead. I'm sorry.
Bentley has not led yet today. This will be his very first lap of the race that he's led right there.
Part of that lap traffic was the third or the leader person.
There comes Robbie. They're not done.
I wonder, them two are teammates. I'm just kind of wondering if there may have been a little bit of give and take right there, and Robbie let Bentley lead a lap. Get that point.
As someone that's a member of their race team, I can assure you that is 100% not the case.
What?
Oh, no, we're as competitive as we can be. We race each other harder than we race anybody else on the field.
Wow, man.
It's every man for themselves.
I would do that. I mean, if Robbie knew he was faster than Bentley, hey, go ahead. You go ahead, lead a lap, and then I'll pass you back. That way you both get a bonus point. Your teammate.
I think they're just out here to have fun more than anything else. If they can mess with one another, they're going to. So it don't matter if one of them's a lap down.
Galen Gidman getting by Jesse Schwartz, goes into third. Jeff Hollingsworth getting around Bernard Pearson. Pearson back to sixth. He's going to try to make it. He's going to stay out there and try to make it the rest of the way on them old tires. And I don't see a reason why he can't do it. I know he's extremely loose right now, but 13 more laps and he'll have a sixth place finish under his belt just by staying out there. Pretty awesome. Robbie Vrabel still in the lead. Now has almost a second lead over Bentley Glazer.
Yeah, I think Bentley just used up his stuff trying to stay out in front of Robbie as much as he could there, and that's going to really benefit Galen, as Galen's only got a 2-second gap between him and Bentley, and Galen's running him down right now, so Bentley might have his hands full right at the end of the race with Galen being all up in his mirror.
Yeah, that's true. Gidman's really turning up the heat here. He's got enough laps to get to him, I think, but, catching him is one thing, but passing him's another.
That's right. Especially in the closing laps.
Yeah.
Yeah, one car on pit road right now. That would be the 9 car of Scott Drake, or Randall Drake, or however you want to call him. He got caught up in early incidents. He's currently running in the 17th position, 58 laps down. I guess he's going to pull into the pits and call it a night because there's only 11 laps to go.
Well, see, now I don't think I'd do that because Josh Schwartz just re-entered the track, and Josh could pass Randall back up.
Oh, yeah, and Randall can still pass at least one more driver for position. Yeah. Points is everything here, so.
Yep. Well, he's back out.
I guess he just need to take some tires there.
They really didn't have nothing to lose, to go in there and get some fresh rubber on that car. At least drive them last 10 laps with a little bit of peace of mind, I
don't know if you can go back to a replay, but Jesse Schwartz just straight lost it coming out of turn 2. He wrecked down on the apron. He was able to keep it green, but he's got a lot of left side damage on that Chevrolet right at the moment.
So, yeah, Bernard Person coming up on him. He's going to have to hold Bernard off for 9 laps here. I think he'll be able to do it. He's back up to speed now.
Nah, he's really loose right now. His entire car is pretty much broke. I don't think he'll have it by the end of the race.
Gidman closing in on Bentley Glazer ever so slowly.
I think he can get there in time, depending upon how this traffic treats him here.
I don't know. He's running out of laps. The laps are really starting to click down. I don't know if he's going to be able to knock off enough time with just so few laps left. 7 laps to go.
Yeah, it's taken him about 6 or 7 laps just to take about 0.3 of a second off of that lead. So
he's only running about a half-tenth faster than Bentley is right now. So
yeah, he's running out of time and laps. Bentley's just I know he's struggling with a loose car right now, but he's still 1.7 seconds ahead of Galen Gidman. Gidman up on the high side, looking for a little bit of help up there, looking for some grip, and I don't know. He's up there in them marbles, though, man. I don't know how that feels up there on the high side. But I suppose coming out of 2, where we've seen a lot of the guys getting really kind of a little bit slick out of the turn 2 there, which kind of surprises me because that's kind of like in a, well, 2's not really in the shaded part, it's 1.
Gidman's just trying to do everything he can right now to try and find speed to catch Bentley in these closing laps. I know me personally driving these things that, as this track wears in, this dynamic track that iRacing has, sometimes later in the run, you can actually be a 10th or 2 faster riding that high lane, and you just don't have any idea. So,
Yep.
You never know that, oh, hey, this is faster. That might be what gets you around for that 1 extra position. And a points race that we have here at IWCR, where it's always so close between multiple drivers, I mean, every point counts. So.
Well, Brander's closing up on Jesse Schwartz now, and I believe we're probably going to see a pass there because Brander, he has been closing that gap steady on Jesse, and Jesse he can't even hardly steer that car anymore. It's just so bad. He's just
as we're going.
The tires are gone on his car right now.
Got a good side-by-side battle for 7th position right now. That's between the 23 of Bernard Pearson and the 79 of Witherspoon, as Witherspoon's going to take away that position from him with 3 laps to go in the race.
Yep, Brander did get around Jesse Schwartz, so it'll be top 5 for Brander. Back up here to the front, Robbie Vrabel, taking 2 to go.
Pretty good recovery for old T-Brand.
Yes, sir.
After getting that speeding penalty, it could have been a whole lot worse, but with so many cars wrecked out, he was able to recover and still get a top 5 out of it. So pretty good job. I'm sure Thomas won't be happy with the result ultimately, but will be happy that he recovered the best he could.
Yep, top 5. You can't hardly complain about that.
Considering he had a pit road penalty.
But we know Brandon was racing for the win tonight, and he gave away the win tonight by getting that penalty. And he was really starting to make his move when he got that penalty, so I'm sure he was pretty ticked off about it. But it's a long season, 13 races to go. They're going to Auto Club next week. I'm sure old T-Brown will be bouncing back at Auto Club.
All right, well, there's the win right there for our winner, Robbie Vrabel, coming across the line for IWCR here, folks. And he's going to give us a little dance on the track, a little drifting.
You've been waiting all race to do that, Rudy, let me tell you.
A little showing off there, huh?
Oh, we'll tag him here in a minute in the booth, don't you worry.
Well, Bentley Glazer second and Galen Gidman third.
All right, guys, it's a pleasure calling the race with you. I will catch you all later on.
Thank you, Scott.
Yes, sir.
Get your voice better there, brother.
Yeah, I just need some rest, that's all.
All right.
A little less alcohol.
There you go.
Maybe next time he won't sound like this.
All right, buddy. Thank you.
That's what happens after you wait 108 years for the Cubs to win the World Series.
Yep.
All right, guys. See you later.
Have a good night.
All right, we're going to get Robbie up here. Let's see. We're going to start out with Galen Gidman first. Galen Gidman, you got a copy?
Yeah.
Well, third place for you tonight. You were closing up on Bentley Glazer there them last few laps we were watching, but you were running out of laps, you were running out of time, and man, tell us about that. Since that last pit that you made, which you pitted a little bit before these guys did, you stayed out there and you had just a tick older tires, but tell us about that racing out there.
Yeah, that last run, I was really just running out of tires trying to catch Bentley. I think he was actually in older tires than I was, but I was running really, really hard that last run. And honestly, I think they had a tick better car than we did today. So it was fun racing. It's a weird race. We came in here expecting to be absolutely terrible, and then in practice we were pretty quick, and I think we qualified 5 of the top 6 or something crazy, and then we thought we were going to be really, really awesome, and then in the race we were kind of good enough to get a couple of top 5s, but I think their car was a little quicker. So fun race though.
Absolutely. Well, you got some laps led out there. You led 6 laps tonight, so that'll help you out a little bit in the points. So you get that bonus point for leading the lap. That's more than a lot of guys out there could say, because with Robbie stealing 69 laps tonight, that didn't leave a whole lot. Huh?
Yeah, he didn't steal them. He was just pretty quick tonight. But I think I've led a lap in both races so far. I know obviously today, but I think I led one last week and then 2/3. So I don't know where Robbie and Bentley finished last week, but I have a suspicion I may be the points leader coming out of here, which is kind of cool.
Yeah. All right. Well, anybody you want to thank?
Yeah, thank you to RPM. We didn't put a lot of effort into this car. This is not one of our better tracks. It's not one of our favorite tracks. And I mean, we literally... I got 2 phone calls before the race saying, "We're awful. Come help," Mm-hmm. And for what we thought we had, it was not a terrible car. So, and then thank you for broadcasting. I really appreciate it.
All right, Galen. Well, thanks for talking with us, and congrats again on 3rd place.
Thanks.
Yep, congrats, man.
All right. Well, I'll take Bentley, and you can take Robbie if you want to there, Jake.
All right, sounds fun.
All right. Bentley Glazer, you got a copy.
Yeah, I got you.
Well, I'll tell you what, it looks like about them last 15 laps, you were just sliding around that track. There was absolutely no tires left on that car. I think you were right on the rims. Tell us about how you managed to just hang on to that.
Well, I pitted a couple laps for Robbie because he was the class of the field. He was the guy to beat, so I had to do something. And so we had a little fresher tires, and I tried, keeping up with him, which wasn't a good idea because I really burned the tires off. And Galen was coming there at the end. He had me a little worried, and then I just really took it easy those last couple corners and was able to not mess up enough where he'd catch me.
Well, once we got through there, we had kind of a rash of cautions there at the beginning, and that took out a lot of really great drivers out there. That kind of made the field a little bit smaller, and you guys got spread out a little bit, and then you could kind of work on each other and race each other. Coming down to the end of that, it was all about racing each other. I always say, first part of the race the track. Second part of the race, you race each other. But you guys did good. You did really good. You come home second tonight. So Bentley, I know you got some people you want to thank for your second place finish. So go ahead.
Team APC, as always, and then you guys in the booth. You guys do a great job.
Thank you, Bentley. We appreciate that, and congrats again, man. We'll see you next week at Auto Club.
All right, thanks.
All right, Jake, you got the winner?
I do, as Bentley always has those really long, drawn-out conversations, unlike Robbie, who likes to keep it short and sweet here. Robbie, nice dominating run tonight. First of all, who would you like to thank?
Everybody who has a hand in this setup. Shane Miller built this back in August. It was dominant back in August when we ran the A Open strength of field, and it was just as dominant tonight, man. That thing was a lot of fun to drive, so shout out to him.
Yes, sir. One thing I noticed right after you won the race, you did a little bit of drifting out there. You want to go in a little bit more detail about that?
I'm just trying to learn from the one and only Taylor Harris. He's talented. Learn a lot from him. He does it every chance he gets. He's awesome to watch. Figured I would just try to pull out my inner Taylor Hurst personality and give it a shot. Thankfully, I didn't overcorrect it and hit the wall real hard.
Well, I noticed you and Bentley were running similar setups. So is there anything that you did differently to give your car an edge over his?
Pitted 2 laps later. Ultimately, that was the difference. He was good. We were both saving most of the race, and there at the end, he just tried to pull a little strategy pitting before I did. And I just ran some good laps there before I pitted. Try to minimize the amount of time I lose over him. I come up right behind him, and then it was just a matter of time before his tires gave away. This track just absolutely murders that right front, and so I knew it was only a matter of time before I had him. Overshot turn 1 a little bit. He got the lead, stole a lap from me, and then I was able to dive it right back underneath him and take it back.
Yeah, it was a good battle watching you guys up there. You led 69 laps tonight.
My favorite.
Yeah, I figured you would. That's why I pointed it out to you. So, how are you feeling going into next week here? Have you worked on the setup any there?
Not yet. We haven't done anything together for Auto Club. Hoping to take this momentum from tonight, running this car at Atlanta, and bringing it over to Texas on Tuesday. Another 1.5 miles, very similar. It's rough on the tires. Felt like I really did a good job tonight of saving my stuff. If I can save my stuff on Tuesday, I hope to have a very good run like I did here tonight over at Texas for the Pro Series. I'm looking forward to it. We'll do Auto Club after Pro. Probably Thursday we'll sit down and work on a setup for Auto Club in this car. We've got a good base. It's always been good there, so we'll build on it.
All right, well, I know it's a little bit awkward having your teammate interview like this, but congratulations on your win, and is there anything else you'd like to say before we close this out here tonight?
I just want to say I think you did a great job. I think you're pretty good at this, and I can't wait to hear you a lot more often. You're pretty good at it. Last but not least, I just want to thank everybody at Air Precision Chassis Works, GameVox Gaming Servers, Brand New Photography, A10 Hawaiian Ice, And especially want to thank iAnalyze Racing for their iAnalyze Next program. Happy to have them on board for Pro. I think it's going to be a lot of fun. I can't wait.
All right, well, we'll look forward to seeing you next week, man. Have yourself a good night.
You too, buddy. See you on Gamebox.
Yep, see you in about 30 seconds.
Take care.
All right, later.
All right, Robbie Vrabel coming home with the win here tonight. Bentley Glazer finishing second. Galen Gidman third. Jeff Hollingsworth fourth. Thomas Brander coming home with a fifth-place finish. Good comeback for him, passing up Jesse Schwartz there with a couple laps to go. Jesse finishes sixth. Josh Witherspoon with an absolutely amazing run here tonight. He stayed with it all night long, and he even led to 8 laps tonight, so he did an absolutely great job tonight. Bernard Person in 8th. Ross Cato 9th. Logan Powers 10th. Mark Robertson 11th. Brett Lay in 12th. Roger Wagner finishing 13th, Jordan Churchill 14th, Daniel Smallwood 15th, Randall Drake 16th, Zachary Miller 17th, Joshua Schwartz finishing 18th, Justin Warner 19th, Michael Warren in 20th, Tyler Stooksbury finishing 21st, Joe Roberts 22nd, Colton Davis 23rd, Nathan Sedlick 24th, Stephen Pearson, Mr. Be There at the End, wasn't there at the end tonight, finishes 25th. Jimmy Mullis, 26th. Scott Bolster, 27th. Thomas Keene, 28th. Tony Pizarro, 29th. And Robert Riley finishing dead last on the field in 30th position. So again, congratulations to our winner here, Robbie Vrabel. Jake, thanks for helping out tonight. Appreciate that. You and Scott did an absolutely great job in the booth. And appreciate that very much, man. Good to have you.
Not a problem. I also want to give a small shout out again to Brant Lee, who was my very first interview ever on MaxSpeedTV or any broadcasting for that nature. And he finished his all-time best position in IWCR, 12th place tonight. So I just wanted to give him a second shout out there this evening.
Very good. Very good. All right. Okay, folks, well, that'll wrap it up for us tonight. Thanks for watching here, IWCR here on MaxSpeedTV, and we'll be back here in a few hours with the World Cup right here live on iRacing and on YouTube. So, till then, folks, stay safe and have a good night.